Tikulandireni chigawo chino chamasana pompano pa Parliament Broadcasting pomwe tikupitiriza kupatsirani tsatanetsatane wa zokambirana za phungu a nyumba ya malamulo. Kummawaku nduna ya zamaphunziro yayankha mafunso kuchokera kwa aphungu angapo. Nyumba ya malamulo yalandira mapempho awiri kuchokera kwa aphunzitsi okhudzidwa nsukulu za boma za sekondari komanso kuchokera ku bungwe la Climate Civil Society Organization. Ndipo aphungu awiri apereka malipoti kuchokera m'madera awo. Ndipo masana ano tikuyembekeza kuti nduna yoona zachilengedwe ndi kusintha kwa nyengo ipereka lipoti lokhudza kuwunika pa momwe ntchito yomanga mafakitale ya fetereza kudowa ingakhudzire chilengedwe komanso anthu okhala mderalo. Tiyeni tikhale limodzi. Welcome back to our afternoon live coverage of the third meeting of Parliament in the 52nd session. Earlier, Honorable Minister of Education responded to questions from honorable members, and 2 petitions were presented in the House. This afternoon, we expect a minister's statement from the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources and Climate Change. As you can see on your screen, the First Deputy Speaker's procession is already in the House. Let's stick together and follow the proceedings.
Welcome back, honourable members. I see already there's a microphone on honourable member for Mangochi East, but I don't think someone might have just switched it on. Honourable members, welcome back from lunch. As we were discussing the business, and the next person Thank you very much. Honourable members, we continue with the constituency statements. I was being disturbed by the Honourable Leader of Opposition. His microphone came for a point of order. But okay, thank you. Honourable members, we now move to the Honourable Member for Zomba Malosa to present a constituency statement. Zomba Malosa, you have the floor. Your gadget to request for a microphone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, right, First Deputy Speaker, for giving people of Zomba Malosa a chance to present a constituency statement about Zomba Malosa. First of all, I would like again to thank the Minister of Transport for hearing our plea, coming to Malosa to open the Liwonde Madawale Road as it passes through the constituency. That's one of the biggest milestones. We have been crying for that road for over 2-3 years. It wasn't even being fixed, even the potholes. But under the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika Kulukuta Moyo, within 9 months, he has made it happen. No maheu, nothing, but just the road being launched and the contractor on the site. First Deputy Speaker, about education, Malosa, would like to also thank Professor Thabita Mutharika. We never had a chance to build our own secondary school, but this year I want to assure the Honorable House that we are having Kaju Secondary School because in Chengawedi zone never had a secondary school. But with the 5 billion we have allocated, I'm happy to say that I think the place has been identified And I'm sure that the BOQs are coming up for the sake of that maybe contractors should bid, meaning that by the end of this year, we might have some structures, which is also another milestone for Zomba Malosa. The only thing that I would like to ask maybe to the Minister of Education, if he has got some desks in the ministry, because most of the schools don't have desks. And so much we have this 5 billion. I would like him if he can have other funds somewhere. Sometimes some organizations donate to him some desks. He should consider Makungulu Primary School, should consider Ntondo Amala Primary School, Mwanje Primary School, and almost all the primary schools and secondary schools like Songani CDSS and demonstration, so that our learners, when they are writing the standard 8 exams, they don't write it from the floor, because sometimes it's a problem for them to write exams on the floor. And also the girl child, whenever maybe they are learning, when the teacher asks them a question, it's hard for them to stand from the floor to answer the questions. So I would really want to ask the Minister of Education to consider us with some desks. I've already talked on the transport, thanking the Minister of Transport, but again, on that one, we have got some feeder roads in the constituencies that are not good. These roads also have some bridges. If you remember very well, First Deputy Speaker, last time when we had cyclone, we were given some papers here that we should fill, and that the bridges will be fixed and the roads will be fixed. But up to date, those things never happened. And these bridges, I'm talking about Masambuga Bridge and the Likonde Bridge and Masapi Bridge, Nkula Bridge. These are very big bridges, though we have that 5 billion, but I think we really need support also from the Minister of Transport on these bridges, because at the end of the day, my 5 billion will end with the bridges, because as I say, these bridges were affected by the cyclone Freddy. So they really need big amounts of money, because the bridges became wide because of the cyclone. And another thing that also we've had in Malosa, it's about Marib 9. In 2019, we were given about 7 sites in Zomba Malosa, and unfortunately, only 2 sites were started. And these 2 sites are Machinjiri and Kasonga. In Machinjiri, the stretch that was supposed to be done, they only did just the middle part. They left the first part and the last part. I would like to ask the Minister of Energy to consider Zomba Malosa, especially these areas that the electricity started, the Machinjiri, let her help us send some contractors to go and check what has happened there. And Kasonga, there were poles, the wire, the transformer is there, but it was just abandoned. And for the other sites, I don't know what the other people did with those 5 sites. They are in the Marip book, the Marip book, the sites are there. It shows that they were they would have contractors, but till today, nothing. I've never even heard anything about those sites. And those sites are very important, because we've got schools, we've got hospitals that we might need to have lights, especially that one of the issues in the manifesto for Professor Arthur Peter Mutaliga is to have electricity in all areas, despite whether it's in the rural area or it's in the urban area. So I really want to ask them to also consider those 5 sites that are left. I will not do good if I just finish without also talking about hunger in my constituency. as I said that it was affected by Cyclone Freddy. Of late, we haven't recovered from the issues of hunger that we have had. We would like to thank the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for helping us. The prices of maize that are low now, but the problem is even for the people to have money to buy the maize, also it's a problem. So I would like to ask if there are any maize in the disaster office with they should also help people in my constituency, at least to subsidize them with that. When they are trying to go into this next season, they should have enough food that they can go in the fields and plow. Because I don't think we can have a hungry person going to plow. So I really want to ask the government to help us on that. And before I finish, also let me just ask the Minister of Health to consider Domasi Community Hospital that has stalled. In 2024, we saw the former president, I think you all know his name because when I say it, I will be told to withdraw the name. So that former president came to open a hospital that is not finished. No electricity, no windows, nothing. And it never worked. He opened it. I don't know what he thinks up to now about that hospital. So I know I have the trust in Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's government that Domas Community Hospital will be finished. Because as I say, this hospital, if it finishes, it's going to decongest Zomba Central Hospital, because most of the people that are going to Zomba Central Hospital, they are coming from Machinga, sometimes Baraka, and all the 10 constituents that are, 11 constituents that are in Zomba. So as I say now, the congestion is too much. But once we open this hospital, I'm very sure that most of the issues will be done at Domasi Community Hospital. And I even felt like if we can, they can, Minister of Health can just upgrade it into a district hospital. Because I think where it is to upgrade it into a district hospital, it's just little, there are just few things that they need to work on so that this Zomba Central Hospital is decongested and the people of whole Zomba are helped. And I can just say, oh, people in Eastern region are helped. With these few remarks, First Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank you for giving people of Zomba Malosa a chance to say issues that are affecting Zomba Malosa through the constituency statement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member for Zomba Marosa, for delivering your statement. Honorable Member, we now go to constituency Lilongwe Central. Lilongwe Central for your constituency statement. Honorable Member for Lilongwe Central, you in the house, please request for a microphone. Request for, yeah. Honorable Member, you have the floor for 10 minutes. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. I'd like to deliver a Koswese statement on behalf of the people of Lilongwe Central Koswese, on whose behalf I have the privilege to represent in this House. And before I go any further, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I bring you greetings from Senior Chief Kalumba and Senior Chief Sabango, who are very good chiefs. And by the way, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, these two senior chiefs gifted me with a goat as a token of on my election. So I will address 5 issues. I will address the issue of education in our Koswese, health, sanitation, transport and youth empowerment. But Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the issues are affecting the people of the Central constituency are more than these 5 items that I've isolated. But for the purposes of today, I will proceed to address you on the stated items. Firstly, on education, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, it is sad to know that in the Lilongwe Central constituency, the student enrollment far much exceeds the spaces which are available in our schools. And indeed, it is not uncommon that you're going to find children or students learning under trees in various schools in our constituency. When you go to schools like Chuzila, you go to schools like Kangoma, Chisio, and others, you're going to find that these students are learning under the trees, just like I did some 2 decades ago. It is therefore the core of the people of Lilongwe Central that there must be meaningful investment in education so that we can improve the learning conditions of the students in Lilongwe Central constituency. And beyond the classrooms, which we badly need, we also, the people of Lilongwe Central constituency are also looking for desks and books, which are also in short supply in most of these schools that we find in my constituency. And added to that, there's also need for a girls' hostel. You realize that in our constituency, we've got Kangoma Secondary School, but there are no girls' hostel. And as a result, the girls there are engaging in what is called safe boarding, whose risks I think we all know. I therefore invite the government that this should be another area which should be prioritized by the government. The next item that I'm going to address you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this afternoon is on health. In our constituency, there are 2 health centers. There's Kitsime Health Center, which was constructed in the past 5 years using CDF funds. And we also have got Kangoma, which was constructed over 30 years ago. And the people of Lilongwe Central, with the growing population, are looking forward to the construction of Nanjiri Clinic so that we are able to cater for the ever-growing number of the population in the constituency. And also, we are looking for the construction of 105 clinic at the Chuzila Training Center, which is one of the high-density areas. We believe that investment in health is investment in the development of the people of Lilongwe Central constituency, and also this is going to go a long way in improving people's lives and reducing deaths which are avoidable, as it is not uncommon for pregnant women to die of during delivery and other complications relating to maternity. The third issue that I would like to address you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this afternoon is on water and sanitation. Our constituency, ironically, is sandwiched by Lilongwe River as well as Nanjili River. But it is sad that up to date, when you go in the constituency, a lot of people don't have potable water. And you find that women are waking up in the morning to fetch water from the wells, which is a health hazard, and indeed, it is not uncommon that when there is a cholera outbreak, the people of Lilongwe Central constituency are mostly hit by this. We therefore invite the government to do meaningful investment in water and sanitation. The other issue that I'd like to address you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, is on transport and public works. In our constituency, as I already stated, we are peri-urban, but when you go inside deep in the constituency, it's not uncommon for you to find rivers that one cannot cross. You've got places like Chipeni, Mwase, Choyo, Chingira, Chambala, Ndondwe, and Njovu, where it is very difficult for people to connect from one area of the Koswese or one village to the other. And further to that, there are also laws that were required to be upgraded to bitumen standards. This includes the load from Chuzila through Kangoma up to Chimbalanga in Nkoma. This road is going to improve transport for our farmers. As you might know, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the people in the Koswesi are farmers. So this road is very important, and adding to that, we also seek the upgrading of the road from Kanyoni through Kalumba to going towards bypass. And as I earlier stated, this road is also going to be beneficial to our farmers in the constituency. The other issue that I'd like to address you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, is on youth empowerment. In our constituency, as in most constituencies, you realize that most people are the youth, the population of the youth far much exceed that of older people. But most of our youth are suffering from unemployment, and as a result, they are unable to maximize their potential as citizens of this country. We therefore invite the government to do meaningful investment in our youths through, amongst others, investment in agriculture so that our farmers can move from subsistence farming into commercial farming, as well as the training of our local miners who are doing mining illegally, but these require that they should be empowered by the government. And also, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the youth in our constituency are calling upon the government to reduce fees in the university. As you might know, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the fees have been increased, and most of the youth coming from my constituency who are talented and who are being selected to the university are unable to pay these fees. In conclusion, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, you're going to realize that the issues that I've highlighted here can be addressed if there's a timely funding of the timely disbursement of the CDF funds. In our constituency, most of the developments have stalled because the CDF funds in the March 35 billion have not yet started trickling down. So if the government is able to disburse these funds, we're going to be able to make meaningful improvements in the areas that we have stated. And Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the people of Uliongwe Central constituency are inviting the government to assist them in investing in areas which are very productive, which are going to uplift their lives, so that they should not be people who are dependent. And as I already stated, the people in Uliongwe Central constituency are very hardworking farmers, but oftentimes are frustrated by the inefficiencies which are most of the times mar the delivery of the public services. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on behalf of the people of the Uliongwe Central constituency, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver this my maiden constituency statement. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable member, thank you very much. Please switch off your microphone. And you've delivered your statement at exactly 10 minutes, which is very, very recommendable. The next honourable member to present their statement is the honourable member for Mwanza Central. Mwanza Central, request for a microphone, because now you have the floor. Before you, Mwanza Central, we have a point of order from the honourable member for Deza Kasina.
Good afternoon, First Deputy Speaker. I'm following the thing, but I'm surprised it seems there's a caucus there. One of members for Zomba Center and the Chol Center is now moving. The Zomba City South is not on there. He's not on his seat. Is there a caucus here so that we can give them time? We can go for a break and they finish the caucus there.
Honourable member, thank you very much for showing me. The honourable member for Zomba City North seems to be the leader of the backbencher on that position. As you know, government is a serious business, and he might be moving around to make sure government business is carried through. So now, member, I rule you out of order for insinuating that there is a caucus while there's no caucus happening here. Honour member for Mwanza Central, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for giving Mwanza Central an opportunity to make and present a constituency statement. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I rise to present a constituency statement on the state of education, roads, health, agriculture, transport, and public works in Mwanza Central constituency. Mwanza Central is a strategic border constituency, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, with enormous potential to contribute to Malawi's economic transformation. Our people are hardworking and productive, but this potential continues to be constrained by inadequate infrastructure, insufficient public investment, and limited support services. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I therefore wish to bring the following matters to the attention of this Honourable House and relevant ministries. Education. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, as we all know, education is the foundation of national development. Unfortunately, over the past years, Mwanza district has consistently ranked among the lowest performing districts in both Malawi School Certificate of Education and Junior Certificate Education, and this trend, I believe, must be reversed. Our vision is to see Mwanza ranked among the top 10 performing districts within the next 5 years. Achieving this goal will require deliberate intervention from Ministry of Education. The major challenge, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, affecting Mwanza include high teacher-pupil ratio, which lead to reduced quality of instructions, a shortage of teacher houses, forcing many teachers to walk long distances to their schools and begin lessons already exhausted. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, we have schools such as Choti, which is about 9 kilometers from Mwanza Boma, but due to shortage of teachers' houses, teachers reside at the Boma and go to the schools each and every day. Pupils, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, walk several kilometers every day to access schools in some villages, resulting in fatigue, absenteeism, and poor academic performance. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, inadequate classrooms, sanitation facilities, furniture, teaching and learning materials is also one of the areas affecting performance in Mwanza district, mainly in Mwanza Central constituency. I therefore appeal to the Honorable Minister of Education to prioritize Mwanza in the recruitment and deployment of additional teachers. as we will be prioritizing construction of teachers' houses and classrooms using the CDF. Investing in education today will transform the future of our district as well as our nation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me also talk a bit on road infrastructure. Road infrastructure remains one of the greatest barriers in economic growth in Mwanza. The Kunene Kude Road is not merely a local road, it is an economic corridor, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Communities from Kunene Kude, Chipondeni, Ziaya, Kanduku produce substantial quantities of sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, maize, beans, and tangerines. These communities supply a significant proportion of agricultural produce consumed in Blantyre, Lilongwe, and other districts in the southern region. However, because of poor state of this road, farmers incur high transportation costs, suffer significant post-harvest losses, and struggle to access profitable markets. If rehabilitated and upgraded, this road would unlock agricultural production, improve households' incomes, and strengthen national food security. We have villages like Chipondeni, Nkwichi, Donkeni, and Ziaya. These villages, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, has a lot of arable land, and just to assure you that people in these villages are hardworking. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the Michiru-Ngadziwe Njiromora Road is equally important. If it passes through Ngadziwe, Tronkondo, and Tambala, which are among the country's major producers of pigeon peas, one of Malawi's important export crops. This road also has significant strategic value. It provides a shorter route to Chikwawa and the Lower Shire, and has the potential to become a gateway to the Lower Shire Valley and the Majete Wildlife Reserve. Tourists traveling by road from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and Eswatini could conveniently use this route to access one of Malawi's premier tourism destinations. Rehabilitating these roads would therefore promote agriculture, tourism, regional trade, and national economic development. I therefore urge government to prioritize these strategic road projects. Health is also one area that is facing a lot of challenges. As you know, Mwanza district occupies a unique position within our health system. As a border district, the health services, the healthy facilities do not only save Malawians, they also save people from Mozambique. This means that the district hospital serves a population much larger than the official district population used in determining budget allocations. Consequently, the current funding is inadequate to meet the actual demand for healthy services. I therefore appeal to the Honorable Minister of Health to review the resource allocation formula for Mwanza District Hospital so that funding reflects the real patient population and workload. Another challenge concerns the delivery of medicines to remote healthy facilities such as Kunene Kude and Tulonkondo health centers. Due to inadequate operational funding, medicines are sometimes delivered late, leading to avoidable stockouts and compromising patient care. To address this challenge, we are planning to introduce drones to transport medicines from Mwanza District Hospital to the remote healthy facilities. This innovation approach will reduce delivery costs, improve efficiency, ensure timely availability of essential medicines, and ultimately save lives.
Honour Member, you have less than 2 minutes. So I
therefore call upon the Minister of Health and Development partners to support the initiative as a pilot project that could later be replicated in other remote parts of Malawi. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, agriculture is the backbone of Mwanza Central constituency. We are blessed with fertile soils, favorable climate conditions, and hardworking farmers. With the right support, Mwanza has the potential to feed a substantial part of the southern region and contribute significantly to Malawi's food security. However, our farmers need improved extension services, access to modern farming technologies, irrigation, quality seed, and continuous training to increase productivity. We also have enormous potential in wheat and cotton production. Unfortunately, many farmers have abandoned these crops because of unreliable markets. Government intervention in developing sustainable markets and value chains is urgently needed. In addition, Mwanza has excellent condition of citrus production. If government invests commercial citrus farming and fruit processing industries, Malawi can significantly reduce the importation of fruit juices, create employment opportunities, generate export earnings, and stimulate rural industrialization. Mwanza is truly a low-hanging fruit for agriculture transformation. Strategic investment in our farmers will produce national benefits. In conclusion, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me just say something about transport and public works. Transport infrastructure is the engine that drives economic growth. Roads connect farmers to markets, children to schools, patients to hospitals, and businesses to opportunities. I therefore appeal to the ministry responsible for transport and public works to prioritize infrastructure development in Mwanza Central, particularly strategic roads that support agriculture, tourism, trade, and cross-border commerce. Investing in transport infrastructure in Mwanza will not only benefit our constituency, but will strengthen regional integration and contribute to the national economic development. The issues I have raised today are not unique to Mwanza, but because Mwanza is a strategic border district, addressing them will generate benefits that extend far beyond our constituency. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, investment in education will improve human capital, better roads will unlock agriculture production.
With these few remarks, promoting tourism, facilitate trade, and I therefore respectively urge the relevant ministries to give favorable consideration on these priorities. Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. I submit. Thank you. We see the leader of backbencher, government side rising, and
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, sir, for according the floor to the people of Zomba City North. Today being a private member's day, I would like to put forth a motion waiving all relevant standing orders to give the day to government so that they tackle government business. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move.
Honourable members, I have a motion on the floor. The motion coming from the leader of backbencher government side is to waive all relevant standing orders to allow us to give business to government, for government to tackle its business. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Leader, Deputy Leader. The floor, sir.
Good afternoon, First Deputy Speaker, sir. I rise now to invite the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources to speak on the supplementary paper which is on the table, government business 3.
Thank you very much, Deputy Leader, and indeed, good afternoon. Welcome to Parliament.
Thank you.
It's good to see you here, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Honour members, we have a question. The question on the floor is to request this House that we waive all relevant standing orders for us. There's a motion. You cannot stop a motion. Honourable member, for this Morundun, there will always be three presiding officer in a sitting of Parliament. And the first one is the Right Honourable Speaker, and myself, and the second Deputy Speaker. The three of us can confer, plus Secretariat, to decide what business, how we move the motions. Let me move a motion. Honour members, I therefore move a motion, as moved by the Deputy Leader of the House, that we waive all relevant standing orders to concentrate on business item on the supplementary order paper. Those that of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Table.
Government business, ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Natural Resources to present a statement on the environmental and social impact assessment review process for the proposed Molaro granular fertilizer production factory in Inchemera, Dowa District.
Thank you. Before the Minister, I see there's a point of order from the Leader of Opposition. You have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon, First Deputy Speaker. I stand not to destabilize the Honourable Minister, but rather to get some guidance and clarity. Yesterday, First Deputy Speaker, there was a ruling that was made by the Speaker regarding the constitution of a joint committee that would actually look into this very same matters. So what I wanted, that is according to Standing Order 154, First Deputy Speaker. I wanted to get your guidance in terms of is the statement trying to override the ruling that was done yesterday, or it is going to cement so that probably the committee to be constituted will also be getting some kind of guidance. So First Deputy Speaker, I submit.
Thank you very much. Leader of Opposition, Honour members, let's have order. Let me guide the House. The ruling from the Right Honourable Speaker, as made yesterday, was indeed final. And what he ruled yesterday, it has started being implemented already. So he requested that the leaders of the three committees should see the Speaker. That has already started to roll. And the Leader of Opposition, you are presenting an issue in anticipation. Government is bringing in business. We seriously don't know what they'll be bringing, and we cannot anticipate. But business can come from the government, and on a private member's day from private member. As we stand, government has business to communicate to Malawians, and as Parliament, we have processed that business, and we will allow government business to be carried the way it is. As your referee and presiding officer seated here, I have no powers whatsoever to stop business coming from government, because this is their time and it's their day. We have given it to them. I stand with government to proceed with that statement. And I don't think there will be cementing, or this is a completely new business that they are bringing in to the House. Leader of Opposition, I just wanted to clarify that, and that's my ruling. Thank you very much. I therefore rule. Let me recognize the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources to proceed and deliver the statement from the dispatch desk. Thank you.
First Deputy Speaker, I rise to make a ministerial statement regarding the matter concerning the proposed Mulalo Granular Fertilizer Production Factory in Njemera, Dowa District, which has been the subject of deliberations in this Honorable House. At the outset, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me state that my ministry fully respects the ruling from the chair, which established an ad hoc committee to inquire into this matter. We welcome the decision and stand ready to cooperate fully by providing all documentation, correspondence, timelines, and technical information that the committee may require. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, while the original question was directed to the Ministry of Agriculture because it concerned fertilizer production, I considered it important as the minister responsible for Malawi Environmental Protection Authority, MEPA, to place on record the statutory law of the authority and clarify certain issues that arose during the debate. My intention is not to preempt the findings of the committee, but to rather assist this Honorable House in appreciating the legal and technical framework within which MEPA exercises its statutory mandate. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this government remains fully committed to industrialization, value addition, agricultural transformation, etc., etc. The establishment of a fertilizer manufacturing plant represents an important investment within the potential to reduce import dependence, create employment, promote value addition, and strengthen national food security. However, every development project, regardless of its economic importance, must comply with the provisions of the Environmental Management Act before implementation. Environmental clearance, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, is therefore not a political decision. It is a legal and technical process undertaken by an independent regulator whose responsibility is to ensure that development proceeds without compromising public health, environmental sustainability, and the rights and livelihoods of surrounding communities. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to place the chronological order of events as they have been submitted to my ministry by MEPA. The project brief for the proposed project was received on 24th March 2025, which is a time that the government was being run by MCP. The authority reviewed the submission promptly and issued its comments on 26th March, which again is MCP time, and the developer collected those comments on 1st April 2025, MCP time again. The preliminary environmental and social impact assessment report was subsequently submitted on 2nd July 2025. Following editorial and preliminary technical review, MEPA communicated comprehensive comments to the developer before the end of July 2025. Those comments identified several issues that required attention before the report could fully proceed to the formal technical review stage. They included inadequate assessment of hazardous waste and wastewater management, weakness in occupational health and safety measures, deficiencies in project design and site layout, inadequate stakeholder consultations, and outstanding land ownership documentation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, it is important that this Honorable House appreciates where the delay occurred. The records clearly show that from the end of July 2025 until March 2026, a period of approximately 9 months, the developer did not submit the revised Asia report to MEPA. Without a revised submission, the authority could not legally proceed with the statutory technical review because there simply was no report before it for assessment. The revised report was eventually submitted 2 months ago, which is March 2026, after the developer had addressed outstanding submission requirements, including payment of the prescribed gazetted Asia fees. Immediately upon receiving a complete submission, MEPA commenced the formal technical review in accordance with the Environmental Management Act and its service charter. The technical review was completed in May 2026, well within the prescribed 60 working days applicable to complete Asia submissions. The documented chronology therefore demonstrates that MEPA processed every submission pressed before it within the prescribed timelines. The principal delay in this matter arose because the developer had not submitted the revised Asia report required for the review process to continue. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, it is equally important for this Honorable House to appreciate the nature of the concerns raised during the technical review. These, First Deputy Speaker, were not merely editorial comments, they were critical environmental, public health and safety issues associated with fertilizer manufacturing that Parliament expects MEPA to scrutinize before any approval can be granted. The proposed manufacturing process involved hazardous materials and byproducts, including acid residues, contaminated sludge, and phosphogypsum and industrial wastewater. The preliminary Asia report did not adequately demonstrate how these hazardous materials would be quantified, treated, stored, transported, monitored, or safely disposed of. It also lacked adequate emergency response measures for chemical spills and industrial accidents. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the technical review further identified concerns regarding the use of corrosive chemicals in the manufacturing process, the management of phosphogypsum, a highly acidic byproduct that may contain heavy metals and naturally occurring radioactive materials. Had these issues not been adequately addressed before approval, they had the potential to expose surrounding communities and downstream users to serious environmental and public health risks. The technical advice before my ministry indicates that improper management of such hazardous chemical waste could result in contamination capable of causing cancer, kidney and liver damage, reproductive disorders. So, Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, the whole community surrounding this plant was at the risk of failing to produce children in future. The entire community, no children. There was also risk of failure of other vital organs and in extreme circumstances, loss of life. There was a threat of the community failing to produce children. Yes. First Deputy Speaker, these are precisely the matters that Parliament intended MEPA to examine when this House enacted the Environmental Management Act. Environmental regulation, First Deputy Speaker, is therefore not intended to frustrate investment. It is intended to ensure that the development proceeds safely, responsibly, and in a manner that protects the lives and health of Malawians. Had MEPA ignored these deficiencies or granted approval without requiring corrective measures, the authority would have failed in its statutory duty and exposed government to legitimate criticism for neglecting its constitutional obligation to protect the environment and health of our citizens. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I also wish to inform this Honorable House that the developer has subsequently submitted a further revised Asia report on 17th June 2026. Following the review, the Technical Committee of MEPA Board met on 22nd June 2026 and was satisfied with the principal environmental and technical concerns previously raised and had been adequately addressed. The committee therefore referred the matter to MEPA Board for consideration in accordance with the law. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, government does not believe that economic development and environmental protection are competing objectives. We believe that they are complementary pillars of sustainable national development. We want industries, we want investment, we want jobs, but we also want industries to operate responsibly, protect communities, safeguard our rivers and natural resources, and comply with the laws enacted by this Parliament. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the evidence before my ministry demonstrates that MEPA did not delay this project. The authority acted within its statutory timelines whenever the developer submitted the required documentation. The prolonged period between July 2025 to March 2026 resulted from the developer's failure to submit a revised Asia report addressing the environmental and public safety concerns identified during the preliminary review. Once the revised report was submitted, MEPA completed its review within the prescribed service charter before forwarding the matter to the board. Finally, First Deputy Speaker, my ministry will cooperate fully with the ad hoc committee established by this Honorable House. We shall avail all relevant records, correspondence, timelines, and technical information required to enable the committee to discharge its mandate objectively, independently, and transparently. It is our sincere hope that the committee's work will provide this House and the nation at large with a comprehensive, factual, and balanced account of the issues under consideration. I so submit, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for the report ably presented to the House this afternoon. honor members. Order. Order, honor members. Let's all resume our seats. Honor members, let's resume our seats. Let's resume our seats. Honorable Minister of Sports, welcome to the House. Honorable Minister of Sports, welcome to the House. It's good to see you. Thank you. Honourable members, as guided by all standing orders, I will seek members that will need clarification, would like to ask questions to the Honourable Minister. I will give that opportunity now for the questions, or you want to seek clarification. Honourable Minister, you seem to have hit the nail at the right position, because the House seems to be acquainted with what you have presented, and the House looks to be okay and happy, and there's no one willing to seek clarification. For the first time, a big hand of applause to you, Honour Minister, for the job well done and for representing government well. Honourable Member, where are you rising? Honourable Member for Mzimba South, where are you rising, sir?
Yeah, through you, First Deputy Speaker, I wanted us to proceed. We have got a very critical question, understanding Order 14 by Mzimba Southwest. I don't know if the Minister of Transport is ready, and also if so I wanted to ask if government can take it back to private so that at least we can exhaust that question. It's very critical. It concerns the road, Dingeni, Bangweni, Zimba Road, Manyamura Road. So it's very critical that that question is a national interest. It's national interest, and then it has to be exhausted, and it's private members there.
Thank you, Honourable Member. I will ask for the indulgence of government. As it stands now, private members already submitted this day to government. So if government has business, if government has no business, can I recommend government's opinion on the issues that have been raised, that we can tackle private members' business if you move it back? Leader?
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. We do have a response on one item from the people of Mzimba West. No, Mzimba, no. Mzimba Southwest.
Southwest.
No. It's Mzimba West. The response is ready. For Mzimba Southwest, the response is not yet ready. We're still waiting. So we will allow the member from Mzimba West to ask the question. The minister responsible is ready with the response. So we have business, First Deputy Speaker. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Leader. If you can see, this, although it is government business, is managed under general business. can we please request your office to move a motion so that we move to general business? Thank you.
Yeah, First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that the order paper be varied in order for us to tackle general business. Item C, matters of urgent public importance, understanding order 14. The honorable member from Zimba West to raise that matter. I beg to move.
Thank you, Leader. Honourable members, we have a motion on the floor. The motion is for us to vary the order paper to concentrate on business number 2C, general business, item number 1. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried.
General business, item 2C, matter of urgent public importance under Standing Order 14.
Thank you. Honourable member for Mzimba West, you have the floor, sir. Under Standing Order 14.
Honorable First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for according the floor to the people of Mzimba West. Indeed, First Deputy Speaker, it was on the morning of 30th June 2026 that I was first informed of the death of one Mary Punde in GVH Chinombo in TM Perembe. As I was heading to the funeral and as I was in the company of the in charge of Perembe Police Unit, instead of getting to the place where we were first invited, we had to be diverted to another, where there was another suicide case on top of the one that we had initially set off to get to. As if this was not enough, First Deputy Speaker, whilst at the burial of Mary Punde, we also learned of 2 other suicide cases within the same Inkosana. Right, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, this is a matter of great concern from the people of Mzimba West. Whilst the reasons that have so far been cited would be varying, nevertheless, these are lives lost and the trend seems to be continuing. It looks like a race somehow, where upon learning from one another, then the other does the same. First Deputy Speaker, this is the more reason the people of Mzimba West are seeking the intervention of the ministry responsible for gender and social welfare to support us in raising the awareness to address the underlying causes of these rising cases of suicide cases. First Deputy Speaker, I have only managed to put forward here the 4 cases that happened within 48 hours, and yet in the past 6 months, these deaths count to more than 10. What is more concerning for us is that we do not seem to be learning. The cases are casually handled. The funeral ceremonies are normal, and the intervention of the police is limited. We therefore, as earlier put, First Deputy Speaker, would want to seek the intervention of the relevant ministry to support us with sensitization on the dangers of this through the awareness, but also the psychosocial support. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much for raising such an important issue. Honour members, I hope we have followed and listened to the submission by the member from Zimba West. As you read the standing order that has been used, what is following from there is for the House to participate in debate. So we have 5 minutes. The honor member, I will first recognize the honor member for Mulanje. There's Lilonge Msinja and the Mulanje Southeast. Because we are, honor members, you can refer to standing order 14.1. Matter of urgent public importance. Any member may, after question time, rise in his or her place and seek leave to move the adjournment of the assembly for the purpose of discussing different matter of urgent public importance. So we have just done that now, and the members have recognized will participate in the debate of that matter that has been risen from the honorable member from Zimba West. Msinja South, and then Mulanje Southeast.
First Deputy Speaker, the issue before us is a very important issue, but we need to discuss reasons as to why we are having a lot of issues to many constituencies, including Lilongwe Sinja South. When we sober and approach to these issues, you are going to realize that the meaning is the story of the economic hardships. When you talk to a farmer from Kasungu, Lilongwe, and Deta, who grew tobacco and went to the market, and at the end of the day, the prices are low, they end up committing suicide because what the farmer is thinking is, number one, how are we going to pay the loans? Number two, right, Honorable Speaker, we need to be too honest with issues before us. Most of the issues that our people are saying are issues of the economic hardships when they look at their salaries at the end of the month and the expectation before them is too much. At the end of the day, people are deciding to commit suicide. As we sit in this national dialogue table, we need to approach to issues with honesty, and we need to see issues of taxes to our civil servants, and when they go home and talk to their wives, at the end of the day, a father is unable to pay school fees, a father is unable to pay rentals. We need, honestly, as a national dialogue table, to discuss issues of the economic hardships. All right, Honorable Speaker, the first, I'm talking about my constituency and relate well with my colleague from Zimba to say time has come to look at as to why many young people are committing suicide when they have graduated from the University of Malawi and stay home 3 or 4 years without job opportunities. Those are the things that we need to be discussing in this national dialogue table. Madam Speaker, I think as we sit here and discuss, relate, and have a discussion with the honorable members and ministers from the government, we need honestly to say time has come where the national dialogue table can discuss the many problems that people are facing out there. When everything is said and done, the issue is about economic hardships. I hope as I sit down, a teacher listening will say, I think you are right, looking at how much I'm earning at the month and the expectation I'm facing. I think we need to discuss a reality to say time has come to raise the salaries for the civil servants because we are going to have a lot of suicides going forward. Thank you very much, Lord Honorable Speaker, for giving our people of Longwesia South an opportunity to say time has come to look at the problems that people are facing, and everything we can say in this national dialogue table are issues about how the economy is now. Running the government is running the economy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. There's a point of order from the Minister of Local Government. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Is it in order for the Speaker who just resumed his seat to present to the public as if the only cause of suicide is low salary? I sit in the world leaders on mental health, and there are so many attributes to suicides than the salaries. So when putting it, and then you present it as if it is only low salaries, I think it, Honorable Speaker, it may be a misrepresentation of facts, but probably to put it as one of the, and not necessarily to really cage it as if low salaries are the ones that are causing people to cause thing. I thought we should put records straight. There are other people that are committing suicide because of marital challenges. There are others that are having suicides because of deaths and so many other reasons. So, yes. So, let's put facts straight. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honour Minister, for putting the record straight. Honour members, thank you very much. It is 15:38. I will first suspend for a healthy break, and then when we resume, those that were identified to speak, including the Minister of Gender, the MCP Deputy Whip, and Mchinji Northeast, will be given an opportunity to contribute after the healthy break. The House will resume sitting at 16:08. House suspended.